Hi there, I'm Natasha. This is my channel, Always Be Crafting. It is Saturday, and on Saturdays, I sew. So why am I not at home in my sewing room? Because it is actually, what time is it? Oh gosh, knocking stuff. Ah! Are you okay? Gosh, that was exciting. Okay, it is almost 6 o'clock at night. That's how late it is on a Saturday. Usually on Saturday mornings, I sew, but it is nighttime. Like I said, almost 6 o'clock at night. I am at my mother-in-law's. I have a lot of stuff to do here because I've been using her place. She's coming home in 2 weeks to come home for the summer. She has a place in Florida that she winters at, and then she comes back to Connecticut for the summer. And so I have been very lucky. I've been able to use her apartment here in Connecticut. And I've been checking on things anyways and taking care of her place. And I've been using her dining room table here in her apartment to be making the quilt that I've been working on for my mom's blocks, my mom's quilting blocks that I've been putting together in a large quilt. And I'm going to be entering in the Festival of Quilts happening in England this summer. But that's not what I'm working on today. I'm here because I am doing my quilt bee. Did I mention this last week? I should probably go back and watch because I don't remember if I talked about this. Oh, I talked about it on Monday, on Making Monday. I was putting together my my paper blocks to do foundation paper piecing. So I was doing my foundation paper piecing, and here's one block done. Isn't it pretty? It came out beautiful. Like, I really love the fabrics I used, like fantastic. As I was making my second block, this one, I got part way done and I found, where's the mistake? It's here. Here it is. I discovered I made a whoopsie. Here, can I get that close enough so you can see it right here? Somehow I mismeasured and I didn't notice it till I got to the next row. I kept going because I'm just going to put something over it. And at that moment I realized, yeah, these aren't going to be the blocks I turn in. I'm going to start over because I'm the last person to turn in my quilt blocks. I should probably say a whole lot of other information. If you're new here, you are incredibly confused. And if you're not new here, you still might be confused because I don't think I have given you all the information. I am part of a quilt bee. And this month, our queen bee has given us the pattern access. She has requested this quilt block, which is called Sing a Rainbow, is the name of the quilt block pattern. It is a free pattern. It is foundation paper pieced. It is 2 blocks wide, so it makes a rainbow. Can you see that? The members of our hive, because it's quilting bee, the members of our hive, there's about 9 of us, we were asked to choose, to use the colors specifically of a pride flag, because it is a pride flag quilt. My assigned colors were that of the lesbian flag, and those colors of the lesbian flag go from dark orange through to dark pink. So that is how the colors of my rainbow for my Sing a Rainbow flag were chosen. I am the last member of my hive to be turning in her blocks. This was for April. Today is May 3rd. Whole lot of information that I did not give you. I've been able to see all the other photos posted, and it has dawned on me, every other member of my hive used solid fabric. I am the only member that used patterned fabric. And Our queen bee said it did not matter. It did not matter. But I looked at all these other photos and I said, oh, honey, I know you said it doesn't matter, but these are going to stand out like a sore thumb. They're not going to match. And since I made a mistake, anyways, I'm just going to finish this block and then I'm going to do something else with these blocks. These blocks are not going to get submitted. They're going to do something else. I'm going to put like a little patch or something cute, like a little bird or something flying through the rainbow. I'm doing something else with these blocks and I'm starting fresh and I'm using solids. And so I can submit these because they're coming in late. I apologized a million times to her. She understood that this month was hard. I had back-to-back illnesses plus a major holiday because Passover was in the month of April. And, you know, I had vertigo from a very severe ear infection and I had the flu. So it was like April was rough and I have rehearsals every single night because I'm doing Sister Act. And that drive, I'm losing an hour and a half every single night just driving to and from the theater. So my sewing time has been just minimized to almost nothing this month. Plus I had the craft fair that I had a ton of sewing for the craft fair this past month. So April really kicked my hiney. And I apologized a million times that I did not get started on her quilt blocks sooner, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I would have had these done and mailed to her on time and then they would have not really matched because they would have been patterned fabric and no one else had patterned fabric. So I'm kind of glad in a way that I was the late person because now I have the opportunity to do something else with these quilt blocks. I got to practice my FPP, foundation paper piecing, because I have not done FPP in years. And it's, you know, a skill that you need practice at, and I have not been practicing it. So it's been really good to get my, hopefully all the mistakes out of the way on these and learn more about the pattern by practicing it. And now I can do the real ones for her. And she's been so kind and so forgiving and being like, don't worry about it. It's okay. So now I will begin in earnest on her blocks. So why am I starting so late in the day? Okay, a lot of things. So it's a Saturday, yay. And it's also the end of the semester for my son, my college kid. So last night I had to drive up to Vermont because he goes to school in Vermont. I had to drive all the way to Vermont last night to pick him up because he had to be out of his dorm by noon today. So I left work at 6:30 last night, came home to have dinner, got on the road a little after 7. I did not get up to the town where he goes to college until after midnight. It was a long drive. It was very foggy. The roads were under construction, so the GPS Waze sent me on like these side roads in the fog. I was like, I missed a turn at one point. I had to turn around and go back. It was crazy, but I'm kind of glad they did that because obviously all the big rigs that are on the road, they were not taking those little country roads. So they were on the interstates for those portions. And it would have taken me a lot longer to travel on the interstates for those portions. I was on the interstate most of the way, but for small portions I was driving, but it's dark and foggy. Like it was white knuckling it there. But I got to the hotel just after midnight and I fell asleep hard and fast. Got up this morning, my son did not have enough bags to pack all his belongings into. So I dropped bags off at his dorm. I said, you pack, I'm going to Joann's because there's a Joann's in your town. I'm going to go see what they have. They are almost empty. They had lots of yarn, not a lot of fabric. You might hear the washing machine in the background because they did have like one fabric that I really liked. And I was like, I'm getting that, you know, end of bolt, whatever. And it's garment fabric. So it's in the washing machine here at my mother-in-law's, taking advantage of her washer and dryer while I'm sewing. So that's going in the washer right now. And I bought some interfacing because you can never have enough SF 101 SF standing for Shape Flex. It's a product from Pellon. I think it might be sold as a different name in other countries, but here in the US, it's called Pellon Shape Flex. 101 is the number. And so it's, 60% off or whatever it was. And I'm like, yes, I will take advantage of that sales price and I will buy more of that because I use it all the time. So I bought more of that and I bought more fusible fleece because I use that a lot too. So I took advantage of the sales for those two products. And then I picked him up. We went to breakfast, got on the road, got home, watched Doctor Who because it's Saturday. We watch Doctor Who on Saturdays. And then I was like, I need to do some sewing before Saturday is over. So here I am. I had to get out of the house. I'm like, I got things set up. You can be quiet. I can focus at my mother-in-law's house away from the nonsense. And it also feels really appropriate that today would be a sewing day, a quilt specifically quilting day, because May 3rd is the anniversary of the day my mom passed away. And I would like to work on the quilt for her, but I think she would approve me working on the quilt blocks for my quilting bee. I think she'd be like, Tashi, you should work on that. That's what you should work on. I think she'd approve of that. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'll turn the camera so you can watch. I'm working on my Featherweight, which is again the sewing machine that she had given me when I was 16. It wasn't my first sewing machine, but it is the sewing machine my mom gave me when I was 16. So that also feels appropriate that I'm working on my machine from my mama today. And I have a little setup here with my ironing board, a little cutting mat for cutting off my 1/4 inch. I have my add a 1/4 ruler, which is excellent for FPP. And I don't know if I'll get an entire one block done. I'm definitely not getting 2 blocks done. Like I said, I've been talking so long, it's now 6 p.m. and I do want to eat dinner. And my husband ordered dinner. So he ordered Chinese food tonight. And I said, that's fine. It can be a little cold. I can reheat it. And I like cold Chinese food. So I'm like, order dinner. I'm not hungry yet because I've been in the car all day. So let me do a little sewing. I don't know if I'll get a whole block done or maybe I'll just get halfway because it's 30 pieces per block. But maybe I'll get half of it done if I don't get the whole thing done. But if I focus, we'll see what happens, right? All right. Let's do it. And you'll watch me work on the block and then I'll go home, have dinner, and that will be my Saturday. That will be my Saturdays I sew. Thank you for being here. I hope it was more clear than mud. I can often be clear as mud. So I hope it was more clear than mud. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, I hope you stick around. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you subscribe. And if you like what you see, I hope you click that like button. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Add a comment if you have any questions. If you have tips and tricks, I love to hear them. And I hope you're having a great day. Tell me what you're doing. I want to know. Oh, that's the washer. I gotta go. Bye.